You know, the CBC and Justin Trudeau would want you to believe that Canada is like the United States. They import American news into the Canadian body politic because they think that's how they're going to drive wedge issues and scare Canadians. But let's look at the facts. In 2015, we had over 2 million Canadians who participated in sport shooting and hunting and did so lawfully. We had low crime. We had a country that actually was an exception in the world. Firearms owners were able to enjoy their sport and their traditions. We had a community of people in this country who lived in peace. And how did we accomplish that? We had a deep inspection regime before you could have a firearm. Justin Trudeau imports American grievances into Canada. He takes an American problem and transplants it as a reason for why he needs to introduce his own projects of controlling Canadians and controlling the lives of Canadians. So what did he do? He rolled out a series of communications products masquerading as laws, presenting pictures of guns that had been banned for a decade already. Talk about disinformation and misinformation. And so we had gun bans and legislation and press conferences, time and again. What happened at every turn? At every turn of that, we saw crime spike throughout this country. Violent gun crime spike throughout this country. I mean, look at the numbers. Violent crime is up 50% since Justin Trudeau became Prime Minister. Violent gun crime is up 116% since he became PM. According to the Toronto Police Association, there's been a 45% increase in shootings, a 62% increase in gun-related homicides. In 2023, 34% of all homicides were committed by criminals out on bail or another form of release. And for border security, let's be very clear, 85% of seized guns are traced to illegal imports from the US, according to the Toronto and Surrey Police. This has never been about stopping crime. This was never about safety. This is about vilifying a community in Canada for the sake of their partisan gain in different parts of the country where people are terrified. People who may not appreciate what sport shooters and hunters do with the firearms that they treasure. At the core of this is controlling our borders. Only 1% of shipping containers are inspected coming into our country. Imagine, 99% of the remaining containers allow the drugs and guns that have affected this country so badly. They are doing literally everything except secure our border. Even one of the most prolific MPs they have in the House of Commons admits that the problem is illegal guns coming in from the United States and not law-abiding sports shooters, hunters, and First Nations in Canada. Imagine this, after spending nearly a decade deceiving Canadians about the source of the crimes that have been happening on our streets, vilifying law-abiding Canadians, they finally just admit that the problem has always been the border. This is why I think Justin Trudeau is a bully. He profits on partisan gain by going after a people who abide by the rule of law, who are responsible patriots, happy to adhere to the rule of law, and he releases criminals moving guns across borders to commit massive crimes on our streets. He has had 9 years to take border security seriously. Even now, he introduces another performative gesture to try and stop gun crime. Look at this. An additional 324 models of firearms are now prohibited. That brings the total makes and models banned to 2,500. And as of September 20, the government has spent $75 million on a confiscation program that has not collected a single gun or reduced a single crime. You know how I know he's not serious about this? They're banning the most ridiculous things you can ever imagine. Nobody takes a 400-pound gun into a jewelry heist. If he was serious about crime, he'd be going after the traffickers, the gangsters, and the criminals that use illegal guns coming in from the United States. We are literally repeating history. Gun crime will go up, Canadians will get punished. What we need is common sense government that honors the property rights of our firearms communities and goes after the criminals for the crimes they commit. The great people of Calgary Heritage expect that I'm going to stand up to bullies, that I'm going to honor our traditions, and I'm going to do that every single day.